Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
I am 35, married with a kid and a second on the way. I have $1.8 million in debt total.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Does that include your
I live
home?
in Montreal, which is the third most expensive city in Canada. And I work as a nurse, which is the cheapest paid in the whole of Canada.
And what is the 1.8 million on? I hope it's just your real estate, right?
Well, I have a triplex, which I owe about $680,000 on.
Mm-hmm.
I have my family home, which I owe $590,000 on.
Okay, so what's the triplex worth?
What's the what?
What's the triplex worth?
The triplex is worth about $850.
Okay,
I'm trying to get $950 on it, but I don't know if I should lower the price.
Oh, so you've got it up for sale. And what is your home worth?
Yeah. My home is worth about $750.
Okay, all right, I got you. And is that, let's see, 7 and then 6. That's not all of it.
And no, it's not all of it.
Like $600,000
I have 2 Hondas, which I owe close to $70,000 on each. I have $350,000 of personal debt, and then $35,000 of credit card and student loans.
What is your $350,000 of personal debt?
It was loaned to me mostly by my cousin, both as a down payment for the house as well as to renovate the house and the triplex.
Wow. And what's your household income?
Around $110,000, $120,000 before tax.
Yeah.
So we take away about...
I'm going to go back one more time.
Yeah.
I apologize, but I didn't write the condos down. You owe $70,000 each on 2 condos?
On 2 Hondas.
Hondas. Oh, I put condo too.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're not worth $70,000.
No, they're fairly new, but they're electric.
Okay.
We got them because we would be saving $500 in gas per car.
Yeah, it makes a difference when you're $2 million in debt. That's a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not. Okay. All right. Oh God. All right. So how can we help, hon?
Well, I had my aha moment when I saw $22,000 going out in 1 month after doing a budget, and I don't know what exactly to do. I tried to get my wife on board. She says she'll get rid of everything besides for the house and the cars. I cut out everything from potato chips to haircuts, literally anything I could to curb the debt, curb the expenses. And I wish I could do more jobs a day, but my doctor says that because I'm bipolar, I need to have a healthy work-life balance. And my wife is going on maternity leave in 12 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
How much of her salary is the 120?
She makes about 66.
So half of it, is that paid maternity leave?
She gets 70% paid.
Okay.
For how long?
For a year.
Okay.
And how much are these car payments a month?
Just under $750 each.
Okay. Well, I think we need to have a different discussion at your kitchen table. It's not like, what will she go along with? She's one of the adults here, too. And the two of you need to sit down and look at this and go, in 10 years, where do we want to be? And I'm collapsing under the weight of this. I can't do it anymore. This is killing me. It's aggravating your bipolar because your stress level is through the roof.
Yes.
Yeah. And so it's not a matter of I have to keep a princess happy. The princess gets to grow up and be a woman, like a grown-up.
Yeah.
And she gets to look at this with you and say, we have children to raise, a life to build, and the one that we have is falling down around our ears, and we have to do something. The house is on fire, darling. We can't discuss what you want it to burn. You get to decide with me if we're going to let the house burn down, or are we going to do something to put it out. You don't get to sit here and go, I don't like fire. That's not an option anymore. You're like a grown woman with kids. And so you got to reframe this. Like, how, because you've been running around trying to shovel things in her direction to keep her happy, and like she's your child or something. And that's not working relationally. And it's not working in your decision making either, because y'all make sucky decisions.
Yeah, I do.
No, not you. Both of you.
Yeah.
She's involved. That's my point.
Yeah.
So the two of you sit down together, and then if you back up, and you're not dumb people. If I hired you to sit down and look at someone's situation exactly like yours, and it wasn't all your stress, you would look at it and go, oh, electric Hondas are gone. Bye-bye. We're getting cheap cars, like $5,000 cars, and I don't really care what they burn. Kerosene, diesel, electricity, doesn't matter to me. We're driving them.
We're not worried about the environment at all.
We're not worried about the environment right now. The environment I'm worried about is not being broke.
Yeah.
And so there's your environment. Yeah. And you don't get to be an investor in triplexes. That thing's got to be priced in such a way that your real estate agent can sell it and get it gone. And then you use that to clear up a bunch of this $350,000 in debt.
Yep.
And with no car payments and no triplex, and the $350 is reduced by 200 or so,
250, yeah,
150 or so, down to 200, then the two of you lean in. And by the way, she doesn't get a year off for a baby. I don't really care what the Canadian government says. She gets to go to work. She's broke people. Broke people work. So you get time off, a reasonable amount of time with a baby. In most countries or situations, that's 6 or 8 weeks, and then people go back to work. And so you don't get to work at 70% and not work. And while we're broke, sorry, it's how this works. And no, we're not spending $350,000 to redo the dadgum nursery either. Kid sleeps on a used baby bed we get at a garage sale. People survive this stuff, but only when they make grown-up decisions. And dude, just listening to the tone and cadence of your voice, my heart is breaking for you. You sound like you are walking around under a 400-pound weight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You sound sound scared to death.
Well, then add 2 babies in the mix for you guys. I'm like, that's a lot. It's a lot.
You know, but the answer to getting rid of this anxiety is getting rid of all the crap and the debt associated with it. I hope you can turn this and not sell your house. I hope you can. And I want you to try to do that. Sell everything but the house first. But then a year later, if you're still peddling and you still can't do it, you may have to sell the house. Mm-hmm. But you guys have got to quit buying crap you can't afford. And I really don't care how expensive freaking Montreal is. You may not get to live there anymore. There are cities that are too expensive for some people to live in. You can't live in Tokyo. You can't live in New York City, Manhattan. You can't live in London and make minimum wage. You can't afford to live there. They're too expensive. And so I don't know if Montreal goes on that list or not. I'm not an expert on Montreal. I'm not an expert on any of them. But gosh, son, I'm afraid for you, because the biggest thing I'm afraid is I'm afraid that you're afraid of her, and you're not going to deal with this. And you two have got to sit down and have some grown-up discussions about both of you being grown-ups and coming to the table and clean this mess up.
Yeah, the word
those
picture,
babies depend on y'all.
Yes, and the whole idea, the picture of the house is on fire, and you're not going to get the fire out with water guns, right? Just trying here and there. We're just kind of bleep, bleep, bleep. Like this is a fire hose. Like everything is going to look completely different, and should by tomorrow with your mindset when you guys sit down tonight and just say we have to get everything out. Our life is going to look completely different in the next 3 to 6 months.
Mathematically,
should.
I can get you out if you did everything I told you to do. But I don't know if you'll do it or not. That's the variable I can't get figured out here. When you decide to go do it, you can clean this up. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.